The siren slowly rose from the shimmering lake, her golden body twisted in a hypnotic dance. On the shore, the soldiers froze, their eyes glued to her glittering skin. Every man was drawn by the promise of her treasure. Then suddenly, she screamed, a sound so sharp it shattered their minds. The soldiers went mad, turning on each other in a frenzy. They fought, clawed, and killed, just to claim the siren for themselves. Only one man, a deaf and mute soldier, stood still, untouched by her spell. The siren's voice grew louder, her dance more furious. The men charged into the lake, desperate and wild. The deeper they went, the darker the water became, until one by one, they vanished beneath the surface. Silence fell. When the siren finally stopped, she noticed something strange. The deaf soldier still stood at the water's edge. He didn't flinch, he didn't move. No one had ever resisted her before. Curious, she sank beneath the surface and watched him. But the soldier, realizing he was being watched, turned to flee. In his panic, he tripped over a log and passed out cold. That night, under the moonlight, the siren emerged again. She swayed closer to him, her body glimmering gold. Bending low, she brushed her cheek against his. Something stirred inside her, an emotion she had never known. When the soldier woke at dawn, he was terrified to find her lying beside him. She startled awake too, their eyes locking for a heartbeat. He reached for her hand. She blushed, retreating back into the lake, leaving behind a single golden scale. The soldier stared at it, then ran after her. The siren darted deeper into the water, testing whether he would follow. He did recklessly, passionately, until he reached the waterfall's edge. He plunged his sword into the ground as a sign of peace. The siren hesitated, then approached. He smiled and whispered words of love. She believed him. They kissed beneath the roaring falls, but his heart was full of greed, not love. Her lips were lined with sharp gold coins, and his mouth began to bleed. Yet the siren didn't notice. As she closed her eyes, the soldier struck her head with his helmet, knocking her unconscious. He dragged her ashore, ripping the gold from her flesh. Each scale tore her body apart, but he didn't stop. When he was done, he pushed her corpse back into the lake, and staggered away with his heavy loot. He thought his suffering was over. He was wrong. As he rested, the lake began to turn red. The siren's body drifted to the center, her broken form glowing in the crimson water. The soldier didn't notice, until the water started to move on its own, pulling him back toward the lake. Thirsty, he scooped up a handful to drink. That's when she rose again, her eyes filled with rage and sorrow. Her scream echoed through the night, and he began to walk, unwillingly, toward the water's heart. The siren stared at her ruined body, and for the first time, her pain burned hotter than her gold. This time, she would make him pay.